Jody Steinhauer is the founder of Project Winter Survival. And on a day like today, people might not think it's quite so applicable. But as I mentioned, and you know this anyway, you're going to get right back into this weather, this winter weather that we're used to, and it's going to get cold again. And Jody, let's talk about Project Winter Survival and a big event that's going on today with Chief Blair, I understand, being in attendance.
Yes, good morning, Don. Chief Blair and about 200 corporate volunteers from our wonderful community have come together for the 14th annual Project Winter Survival. And we'll be getting together today, and we're going to be packing 3,000 survival kits, touching over 93,000 items that are going to go into them, and having some fun, feeling some love, and getting together and really making a difference so that when we do get back to those frigid temperatures, we don't have any deaths on the street from the cold.
Yeah, no, we are going to get back into it, as I mentioned. You say what some 3,000 kits? Is that right?
Yeah, there's 3,000 kits, which, we're real proud of. The value, to give you an idea of these kits, is, you're looking at about $500,000. And they're going to be distributed next week to 172 frontline social service agencies, shelters, outreach workers, out of the cold, Salvation Armies, places like that are the real champions and know where the challenges are for the people that choose to live on the streets and not go into a shelter.
Now, this is going on today, the packing, right? And I know that you'll get about, 200 or so volunteers out there today. Can you always use more hands if somebody is so inclined today, or are you full up?
The volunteers are all the sponsors that come on and get engaged in the program. We always need people to get out there and run drives, collect product in their own companies, schools, communities. We're always in need of money because the need, to give you an idea, there was over 11,000 kits requested this year.
Yeah.
So also we're doing 3,000, which is amazing. You know what? We're hitting about quarter of them. And the other need is this program's going national. Haines Celestial Canada has been the leading sponsor, bringing it to Vancouver in 2 weeks because, unfortunately, homelessness is not going away, and every major city in Canada suffers from it. So we're also looking for people who say, I want to do something, and yeah, my company should be behind this because it's all about getting people engaged, involved, and giving back. We're only as strong as our communities.
And it's necessary, too, isn't it? It's not just about feeling good and getting something done because, some people think that, these shelters are there. They might have a belief that if they're not fully funded, they're well funded. But, and they do get funding. We have controversies over how much they should be funded, how much is being cut, and that kind of thing. But despite all of that in that conversation, there is a need for them, in addition to whatever funding they might get through, government agencies or through other fundraising drives. This kind of thing can really help out and make a difference.
Well, I think that the big thing that most of your listeners probably aren't aware of, yes, there are shelters, there's many shelters, but the shelters in most cases right now are full. I don't have to talk to you about what's going on in the economy, but there's several people. There's approximately, it's hard to get a count, but in Toronto alone, there's approximately 400 to 500 people who live on the streets, and nobody chooses to be homeless, but if you have a dog, for example, you can't go into a shelter. If you're a couple, there aren't places to go to shelter. If you're a single dad and you have kids, there's not a shelter for dads and kids. There's several reasons why people don't go into shelters. And, as business people, we're not here to judge. We're here to say, this is Toronto. Nobody should be on the sidewalks at night. And we're here just to help them and help the outreach workers get them inside, hand them this incredible kit with all the supplies in them to say, hey, do you need some help? Can we get you inside? Can we get you some health care, some food? And if not, here's some stuff to just get you through the next night.
Jody, thanks very much for your time this morning. Appreciate it, and all the best today.
Thanks. And ProjectWinterSurvival.org if anybody wants to know any more.
ProjectWinterSurvival.org. There's Jody Steinhauer. She is the founder of Project Winter Survival. 3,000 kits, you heard her say, to over 175 frontline agencies. That would include the Salvation Army and the Red Cross, various local shelters, drop-in programs throughout the GTA. Isn't it amazing? He said an aim of 3,000 kits with 93,000 total items in these kits, so they need a bit of an army to get this done. And she said, don't necessarily need anybody to go and help them pack today, but you can, again, help out with fundraising as the year goes on, that sort of thing. They'll be doing this today, though, between 11 and 1 Chief Bill Blair will be part of the crew that will be packing today for Project Winter Survival 2013. Rita DeMontis joins us in just a moment at 7:52 at News Talk 1010.